All right, we're live. It's time. It's fight night, baby. And Devin Haney is making his way to the ring right now, looking nice and relaxed in the locker room. Seems like he's ready. Kind of bizarre thing, looking at George Kambosos in his locker room getting a massage. It's kind of a bad move before a fight to get a massage, get those muscles too relaxed and cramped up. Um, it's not something optimum. I would think that would be good before a fight, to be perfectly honest with you. But Devin Haney was getting a good sweat in his locker room. He was skipping rope. He was doing a lot of shadow work, and his dad was kind of warming him up too. So yeah, we'll see how both guys look when they enter the ring. See if both guys are warmed up. We'll see if they got a sweat going. We'll see if there's a little sheen to their bodies when they enter the ring. But wow, that stadium is packed, man. As they're doing some pyrotechnics right now. But this whole promotion, this whole event tonight, it seems like it's just been dragging. They've been dragging this thing, man, for whatever reason. It's like 11:18 right now. I thought that these two fighters would be in the ring by now. Thought we'd have like at least an 11 o'clock start time, but they just been stalling this and dragging this on. And yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. All right, Devin Haney's making his way now. He's coming out of his locker room. It's a long ring walk too. It's a long ring walk. They're saying it's about 60 degrees there. So I'm curious to see if there'll be some blankets or something in the corners. Keep the fighters warm. JC says Bill Haney looks a tad nervous to him. I don't think so. I don't see it like that, to be honest. I don't see it like that. Just my opinion though, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I do not see it like that. Got Michael Buffer made the long trip over, doing the ring announcement. But that stadium is packed right now. We'll see if this being over is going to affect George Kambosos. We'll see if is going to have any impact on him tonight. I thought Devin Haney looked great at the weigh-in. Some people think he looked drawn in. I thought he looked really good, if I'm being honest. George Kambosos looked really flat to me. He looked depleted. Then the whole thing about this being the art of war, I just wasn't buying it. I just wasn't buying it. I think that definitely it's not a good look to be missing weight like that. And he seemed to be a little bit embarrassed, right? And Devin Haney jumped right on the moment, calling him not a real champion, saying he's not a real champion. So we'll see. I mean, George Kambosos has been all along leading up to this fight, the build up leading up to this fight, has been trying to get in Devin Haney's head, trying to use that same blueprint that he was using against Teofimo Lopez. It's been well documented that that's been the tactics here, but it has not seemed to work, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see how Devin Haney reacts once he gets in the ring. It's one thing to say that you're not upset. It's one thing to say you're not bothered by anything. But once you get underneath those lights, in that crowd is cheering against you, um, things can change. Let's see, because Devin Haney has never been in front of a crowd like this before. I don't believe George Kambosos has ever been before a crowd like this. So I'm interested to see how this fight starts out. If both guys will kind of feel their way through the first couple rounds, or if George Kambosos will try to jump on Devin Haney, be the aggressor. Because Devin Haney is a guy who likes to kind of lay back a little bit work off the jab and box from the outside. He's not a guy that really likes to go inside and kind of grind it out and fight a physical fight. We'll see if George Kambosos tries to impose himself on Devin Haney. Still waiting for Devin Haney to go to leave his locker room, man. Like I said, okay, and now he's coming. They're stalling the fuck out of this, man. Jesus Christ, he's stalling this really bad. All right, Devin Haney looks nice and relaxed, looks nice and focused. He's smiling, he's happy right now. The crowd is booing him, and he's kind of soaking it in, man. He's feeding off of their negative energy and turning it into a positive energy, it seems. But yeah, that stadium is packed, man. This is a great event. It's a big event. And this is how you do it, man. Daring to be great. You go in your opponent's backyard. And this is what it's all about, man. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Best fighting the best, undisputed, right? In front of a stadium full of 55,000 fans or 45,000 fans or whatever it is. It's still a big crowd here tonight. Devin Haney's singing as his way. He was singing as he's going into the ring. He looks nice and relaxed here, man. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this is very impressive how relaxed he looks. And now he's motioning to the crowd, jumping up, motioning to the crowd, raising his hands up, trying to pump the crowd up. Yeah, he looks nice, calm, cool, collective, and relaxed. Now we're waiting for George Kambosos to make his way into the ring. See if George Kambosos continues to try to play the mind games, and if he tries to stall Devin Haney out here. Let's see if he tries to stall Devin Haney out here. Make him wait. Try to make him wait and be cold as he's waiting in the ring for him. Now George Kambosos is coming in. Michael Buffer just announced his name, and we're waiting for him to come out. Let's see. See if he comes right out or if he makes him wait. Oh, they got some crazy pyrotechnics going on over there. It's kind of dangerous, if you ask me. I get a little nervous when I see flames like that. There's been some issues. I've seen some bad things happening. The clubs and stuff with pyrotechnics, but nevertheless, still a great show, still a great promotion. George Kambosos has both flags. He's got the Australian flag and the Greek flag right there. He's got his manager behind him, and he's got his dad behind him as he's getting ready to walk into the ring. Let's see what happens here. See how long it takes for him to get into the ring. Let's see if he continues to stall him out. It seems like he's doing stalling tactics right now. Yeah. I'm still going to stick with my prediction. I think Devin Haney is going to get a late stoppage here. I think George Kambosos did not look great at the weigh-in, as I said earlier. I think that, I think he's a little bit too emotional leading up to this fight. I think Devin Haney's the quicker guy. He's the taller, longer guy. He's the better guy on his feet. I just see him getting off first. I think his jab is really going to trouble George Kambosos in the beginning, and it's going to soften him up and set him up for some of those power shots from the outside. I think George Kambosos will try to get close, but like I said, I don't think he'll be able to get past the jab of Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's too quick. He'll get off first, and I think he'll start frustrating George Kambosos. And I think we'll see George Kambosos start getting a little bit reckless, a little over anxious, and I think he'll be leaping in with shots. And I think that'll be a problem as the fight wears on. And I think he's going to walk into a big shot, particularly that little sneaky left hook of Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's a very, very, very underrated counterpuncher, and I think he's uh, can hurt people if he hits them with shots that they don't see. So this whole thing that Devin Haney can't punch, well, anyone can get hurt if they get hit with a punch that they don't see and they're not prepared for. Now George Kambosos is making his way to the ring. Uh, Seems like he's focused. He's got his mean mugging face on right now. That's a long ass ring walk, though. I'll tell you that. It's a long, long ring walk. So George Kambosos appears to be dialed in right now. He looks focused. I'm surprised there's only 12 people watching. Y'all told me to go live tonight, man. But where is everybody, man? Jesus Christ. What's going on, man? You guys wanted me to go live and there's nobody here. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to keep going live for these fights if no one's going to show up, man. I mean, there's only 13 people watching right now. Come on, y'all. Start sharing the video. Share the video. Tweet it out. Christ's sakes, man. 13 people, 10 people now watching live. Come on, bro. Everybody's watching the fight. Well, then don't tell me to go live then. I won't go live next time. I'll just watch the fight then. Fucking 11 people. I asked you guys this morning when there was like fucking 230 of you in watching live. I said, y'all want me to go live tonight? And then you all said, yeah. Now only fucking 11 of you show up. Jesus Christ. All right, so Michael Buffer is getting ready to introduce both guys. Devin Haney looks nice and warmed up, got a nice sweat going. Gotta be honest, George Kambosos does look a little dry. So let's see. Let's see if he comes out a little tight. Devin Haney's really, really loose right now. As Michael Buffer. Devin Haney's talking to him now. He's talking to George Kambosos right now. There's a lot of Devin Haney fans in the crowd. He's talking to George Kambosos right now. George Kambosos is just sitting there. Michael Buffer is introducing George Kambosos right now. Even the announcement of both fighters is taking a long time. This is really a slow processed event here. These guys are talking back and forth. There's a lot of emotion right now in that ring. All he's doing is let's get ready to rumble right now. Still waiting for the announcements here. Yeah, dragging this out. Something fierce. Now he's introducing Devin Haney. I'll tell you, Devin Haney looks a lot bigger than George Kambosos. They're listed as at the same height, but Devin Haney just looks taller than me. He looks more than 5'9", if I'm being honest. Devin Haney just being announced here. Now he's shadow boxing in there. He's getting ready. Yeah, he's pumped up, man. He's really pumped up, man. Jumping up and down in the corner. Yeah, George Kambosos, he looks a little, I don't know, something looks a little bit off with him right now. He looks tight for some reason. Looks like, I don't know. Looks dry. My hair looks fresh today. Who cut your hair? I got a nice Dominican barber down the street, cuts my hair, $25. Yeah, he looks a little anxious, nervous right now. There's something I don't know, man. He looks a little off. George Kambosos. All right, we're waiting for the first bell to ring now. Wow, that crowd, man! Look at that crowd going nuts. That crowd is going nuts right now. They're in the center of the ring. They both touch gloves. Kambosos' wife looks very nervous, and he's got his whole family. He's got his kids and everything. Yep, that's a good question. What if Haney's man strength kicks in tonight? We'll see. All right, we're waiting for the first bell. Both guys are anxiously waiting in their corners. Wow, even like this. Where's the bell? Let's go. All right, here we go. The bell. Both guys in the center of the ring. Both guys kind of fainting. No one's throwing a punch yet. Devin Haney just throws his jab. Devin Haney looks a lot bigger than him. He looks a lot bigger than Kambosos. Devin Haney's already starting off with the jab. He's pumping the jab out there. Both guys have stayed in the center of the ring. There's been no movement so far. Both guys have just planted their front foot in the center of the ring. Devin Haney, he's popping that jab. He's flicking the jab right now. George Kambosos hasn't thrown a punch yet. He's just sitting there posturing right now. Devin Haney continues to throw his jab in George Kambosos' face. Hasn't landed yet, but he's at least he's throwing. He's making an attempt to try. George Kambosos just throws the first punch of the fight, which was a jab, come up a little short. So both guys just trying to measure each other right now, try to gauge the distance to see, set up the big shots. This is both a fail-out round. George Kambosos comes over with a left hook, comes up a little short. But Devin Haney is holding his ground. Both guys are holding their ground in the center of the ring. No one's pushing either man back. They're kind of just posturing here, trying to create the openings off the jab. They're probing each other right now. Now Devin Haney's stepping forward. Nice jab by Devin Haney right to George Kambosos' face. He pushes him back a little bit. And Devin Haney's is pushing George Kambosos back up against the ropes. And George Kambosos already has a little red mark on his forehead. I don't know if that's from the jab or what, but Devin Haney showed his strength there by just pushing George Kambosos back to the ropes. Another nice jab by Devin Haney. So Devin Haney's starting to get that jab going. Another jab. He's doing some good work with the jab right now, Devin Haney is. And George Kambosos immediately clinches once Devin Haney steps forward. The ref's breaking him up. So Devin Haney's starting to get off with that jab a little bit. Seems to be winning this first round so far. Not a lot of action, but Devin Haney's been more active with the jab. George Kambosos tries to come back with the left hook, but he's coming up short. So George Kambosos already seems to be getting a little desperate. He's throwing power shots. Oh, he's being warned heavily by the referee for holding and hitting and stuff. So already this referee's trying to make his presence known in there, like he's not going to take any BS from either side. Devin Haney's just circling. George Kambosos is starting to come forward. Devin Haney throws a right hand, glancing blow off the side of George Kambosos' head. Didn't really land flush. And Devin Haney just keeps pumping that jab in George Kambosos' face. And you can already tell he's getting a little frustrated by it. All right. That's a close round. I'm going to have to give that to Haney, though. To be honest, that was a close one. I thought Haney was more effective with his jab. I thought he was landing his jab more. I thought he was throwing more punches. Gonna have to give that one to Devin Haney. Yeah, I got a Frosted Flakes commercial right now. This is ridiculous. I have commercials now for these fights. Sucks. Yeah, I thought Haney. I don't think that was a swing round. I thought Haney clearly won that round. To be honest, if I'm being honest, I don't think George Kambosos did much. I thought Haney's jab controlled the round. Thought he was controlling the distance. I thought that was a clear Devin Haney round. If I'm being honest. All right, now we're off to round two. Both guys meet each other in the center of the ring again, and Devin Haney starts off with the jab. He's really pumping that jab out right now. George Kambosos is kind of just feinting, posturing, looking a little jittery here. That jab is kind of keeping him off balance as Devin Haney just keeps pumping it in his face. And George Kambosos is just winging wild shots already. He's trying to swing for the fences with these power shots. He's not really setting them up. He's throwing these punches. Another beautiful jab by Haney right down the middle. He's throwing these punches, but he's not in range to throw these punches. He just seems to be getting desperate here. Already he's getting a little desperate. And Devin Haney just comes forward, and George Kambosos reaches out and grabs him. The ref breaks him. Devin Haney's grabbing him, walking him back to the ropes, leaning on him, pushing him, got his forearm in his face. Devin Haney definitely looks the stronger of the two physically here. And that jab is really giving George Kambosos problems. He just keeps sticking it right in his face all night. George Kambosos has not. George Kambosos comes over with a right hand, but he misses over the top. And Devin Haney continues to stick that jab in his face. And George Kambosos seems to be reaching in now with power shots. And George Kambosos spins around and turns his back to Devin Haney. And that jab is really giving Kambosos problems. He's just pumping that in his face all night. Pumping that jab in his face all night. George Kambosos has not landed a clean shot yet. He's coming up short with everything, and he's just not even setting up the shots. He's just throwing looping left hands and looping right hands. He's not throwing anything straight. Everything is a loop, like I said, and Devin Haney's just coming right down the pike with that jab. George Kambosos is keeping that lead hand low. So look for that right hand counter. And Devin Haney just steps over the top with a right hand, kind of lands to the side of Kambosos' head, but not really a telling blow, but it still made contact. And that jab is steady pumped in his face here. And George Kambosos he's flinching every time Devin Haney comes forward. He's flinching because he doesn't know when that jab is coming out. He's having a hard time timing that jab. If you look, you see a guy flinching like that. He's has a hard time getting his timing down. And George Kambosos looks very tight right now. And Devin Haney just seems like he's in a groove right now. George Kambosos comes way over the top, misses badly with a right hand over the top. Devin Haney ducks underneath it. And Devin Haney just keeps like pushing him back. Every time there's a clinch, Devin Haney is walking him back. Oh, George Kambosos lands a glancing right hand there. Didn't have too much effect, and Devin Haney smiles at him. And already you can see George Kambosos is getting frustrated. That's another Haney round, in my opinion. Yeah, we're getting a commercial between every round. It kind of sucks. It does kind of suck. I got Haney up 2-0. Wow, you gave Kambosos round two? I don't think so. I think the jab controlled their round, if I'm being honest. Boxing expert says Haney looks shook. I don't know. I didn't think George Kambosos did much in that round, but some of you guys disagree. All right, now we're starting off round three. Let's see. And Devin Haney keeps pumping that jab in his face. Nice right hand by Devin Haney. Another jab by Devin Haney. Devin Haney's starting to push George Kambosos back a little bit with the jab. He's starting to step in a little harder with it. You'll see if George Kambosos can time him coming in with the overhand right. But George Kambosos really hasn't gotten his jab off very well in this fight, as he just throws a one to the stomach of Devin Haney. But for the most part, he's been coming up short with his jab. He hasn't been getting off with his jab at all. And once again, Devin Haney was pushing George Kambosos back into the ropes, and George Kambosos is looking over the referee for the break. Every time they clinch, Haney is walking him back, pushing him back, showing him that he's the stronger of the two. Devin Haney, both guys still in the center of the ring here. And Devin Haney just keeps throwing the jab. Throws a 1-2 there, comes up a little short with the right hand. Oh, nice right hand by Devin Haney. First big punch of the fight. And George Kambosos just landed a nice little jab there. Seems like he's trying to suck Devin Haney into a trap here. He's looking for that right hand counter, but if he continues to wait on that all night, he's going to be losing rounds here, in my opinion. Oh, Devin Haney's pushing him back, steps in with the jab and comes back with the right hand and just pushes him back. Devin Haney is showing that he's kind of trying to be the boss in here right now. And George Kambosos is going to have to land something big to kind of turn this fight in his favor. Because Devin Haney, in my opinion, definitely has the momentum. Devin Haney comes with a left hook, comes up short. George Kambosos seems to be loading up now with these shots. Really can't get his jab going. George Kambosos is trying to feint his way in now, but he's not really punching off that feint. Devin Haney comes over the top of the right hand, just misses. And George Kambosos, lands really overextends there with that left hook, misses by a mile. So he's got to be careful here, loading up with these power shots real early, and because he's missing, he's going to expend a lot of energy. He's going to tire himself out as the fight wears on. Oh, another nice little jab for Devin Haney. That was a clear Devin Haney round, in my opinion. And George Kambosos looked like he was really overreaching with those shots. And Kambosos does look frustrated right now. Boxing Expert has Kambosos up 2-1. We know who you're going for. I got a 3-zip for Haney. I'm being honest. If you want to give the second round to Kambosos, okay. I don't know. I didn't think he won it, but I respect anyone's opinion, man. Haney's a dirty fighter. Come on, man. It's a boxing match, bro. Yeah, these commercials between every round is fucking really aggravating me. All right, both guys, we're in round 4 now. This fight is kind of flying by. These rounds are going by quick. And George Kambosos is now trying to step forward, but Devin Haney just continues to pump that jab in his face. Lead right hand by Devin Haney just misses. No one's really landed any power shots right now. This has been a very tactical battle. And Devin Haney pushes George Kambosos back once again with the jab. Throws the jab to the stomach. Once again, landing the jab, and George Kambosos tries to go to the body. Comes up a little short. You can see Devin Haney seems to be much quicker than George Kambosos. He's getting off first. Nice jab to the body by Kambosos. So he's trying to go downstairs with the jab because he knows he's having a hard time landing to the head. So he's trying to get underneath Devin Haney's jab by jabbing to the stomach and to the chest. See, and once again, he continues to try to throw that jab down low. So it's not a bad tactic for him. Not a lot of body work from either guy, except for George Kambosos throwing the jab there occasionally, but no one's really got close to each other to try to rip shots to the body. We'll see if that changes as the fight goes on. And once again, Devin Haney just popping that jab in George Kambosos' face. Oh, a nice right hand around the guard from Devin Haney of George Kambosos. Looped that right hand right around the lead hand and comes right back with a jab. So Devin Haney just keeps throwing punches. He's not letting George Kambosos get set here. And once again, there's another clinch, and Devin Haney is pushing George Kambosos back, and the referee warns him for leading in with the head. Okay. Another jab. Another nice jab by Kambosos, but Devin Haney comes right back with his own jab. And Kambosos does look a little frustrated here. Haney just continues to just control this fight from the outside. And oh, nice little short left hook there by Haney. Kind of got Kambosos' attention. And Kambosos is just throwing everything wide over the top, looping it, and Haney's just getting underneath a lot of these shots, most of these shots. Oh, decent right hand by Kambosos there. Nice jab by Kambosos. And George Kambosos is just missing with everything right now. When he comes close, he just seems to be loading up and just missing. And Kambosos is throwing a hook, and Devin Haney kind of blocked it again, and then Haney once again with the jab. Kambosos had a little moment there at the end, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to give that to Haney. I thought he was controlling the round. I thought he was controlling the round with his jab for the most part. Kambosos had a little bit of a run at the end of that round, but again, you score every second of every round, right? You don't wait till the end of the round. Yeah, Kambosos, like I said, he seems to be just loading up with one shot at a time. He's not putting his shots together. He's not boxing well at all. And again, you have to credit Haney for that, because Haney is just not letting him get off. He's not letting him get off because the jab is just continuing to be thrown in his face, and he's having a hard time dealing with that jab. So that jab is preventing him from getting off. So we just can't say he's not doing, he wants to do certain things in there, but he's not allowed to do them because of Haney continues to throw that jab in his face. It's definitely a deterrent from him getting off his offense. Because every time he tries to throw something, he's getting a jab thrown in his face. Devin Haney nice little left hook there by Devin Haney, kind of got George Kambosos' attention. For the first time in the fight, Devin Haney landed a nice power shot. I think that kind of shook Kambosos a little bit. And Kambosos' face is starting to redden up here, so we know that he's getting hit with a lot of jabs here. His face is starting to bust up a little bit, starting to get red. Coming up short with that. He's really loading up with that right hand, and he's coming up short every time. You should probably try to go back to jabbing to the body. Yeah, Kambosos does look very frustrated right now. He just keeps coming forward, throwing one punch at a time, and he's not really doing much. George Kambosos. Haney's got to try and see if he can time him coming in when he's just loading up like that. Nice right hand. George Kambosos comes back with a left hook. Good exchange by both fighters there. Nice power jab there by Devin Haney, snapping. See, these jabs are snapping George Kambosos' head back. He's really landing these jabs flush. These aren't just pitter-pat jabs. These are strong power jabs. Devin Haney just grabs Kambosos and throws that little short right hand on the side of the head there. Didn't really cause a lot of damage, but it's a scoring blow nevertheless. George Kambosos just is coming forward here. And Devin Haney is just sticking him with that jab, man, as he comes forward. And George Kambosos continues to load up with the right hand, and he's just missing by a mile. At some point, I'm telling you, he's gonna get tired. There's no way he's gonna continue to load up like that and keep missing and not get tired. He's already fighting desperate right now. Already. Oh, he's already looking tired to me, guys. If I'm being honest, Kambosos is looking tired. He's starting to breathe out of the mouth a little bit. I got it 5-zip right now. Curious to see how the judges have this. 8 commercials in 5 rounds. How nice am I, right? It's horrible. The worst thing I want to see right now is Brie Larson. I thought Johnny Depp killed this Me Too movement, but we still got to see Brie Larson here. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Devin Haney, he seems to have mocked up George Kambosos' face a little bit here. See if George Kambosos can kind of swing the momentum in his favor now in the second half of this fight. We're now at the halfway point. We're in round 6 here. Let's see if George Kambosos can make an adjustment. Oh, nice right hand by Devin Haney. Nice jab by Devin Haney. Another right hand. And George Kambosos is just throwing shots, looping shots, but he's just coming up short. He's just not setting these shots up at all. He's just coming forward, trying to walk forward and just try to throw one hard punch at a time, thinking he's going to turn this fight. Now he's trying to go to the body, George Kambosos, as he eats a jab to the face. Another jab by Haney. And George Kambosos is just coming up short with that right hand. He's trying to throw it over the top, loading up with it, but he just seems like he's just laying back now. He's waiting for that counter right hand, and I don't know if he's going to, if he keeps waiting, I don't know if he's going to get it. You just can't expect Haney to fall for that trap, man, because he keeps jabbing. While you're waiting, he's jabbing. So if you're trying to throw that right hand over the jab, it's hard because that jab is a fast jab. It's a fast jab, and you're gonna have to time that. And it seems like he's having a hard time timing that jab, trying to throw the right hand. He's trying to time him with that right hand over the top, and he's just not being able to do it. He did it to Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo Lopez threw a lazy jab, but Devin Haney is throwing a very quick, snappy jab, and he's bringing it back to his face quick, and he's throwing it straight. So if you're throwing that jab straight out, it's hard for the right hand to come over the top because the arm is in the way. So, but that's what it looks like. It seems to me that George Kambosos is doing. He's trying to suck Devin Haney into a counter right hand, and it's just not working because Devin Haney is just getting off first with the jab, and he's not allowing George Kambosos to time him coming in. And look at Devin Haney now. They're throwing punches at each other inside now. George Kambosos is continuing to come forward here. He's not jabbing his way in at all. He's just coming forward, desperate. Devin Haney again with the jab. And Kambosos really looks frustrated here. So far, this is a very uneventful fight. It's not a very action-packed fight, if I'm being honest. But I'm curious to see how the judges have it, if I'm being honest. Bill Haney's he's in the front of Devin Haney, and Yoel Judah's on the side, and Bill Haney seems to be doing most of the talking. Surprisingly, I thought Yoel Judah would be the guy in charge here, but Bill Haney's in the front there giving the instructions. Both guys meet each other in the center of the ring. Again, George Kambosos just misses the jab there. Devin Haney slips it. Devin Haney seems to really be controlling the pace. A nice jab by Kambosos first time. Gets off and he grabs Devin Haney in a headlock. Tries to walk him around the ring. Nice. The first time Kambosos in a long time landed a good jab there. Some nice jab from Kambosos. Nice jab by Haney. Kambosos is coming forward now. He's really trying to make this a rough and tumble fight. He's barreling his way in, kind of leaning in with his head, and he's pushing Haney back now. So now he's decided that he's going to try to make this a rough and tumble, brawling type fight. And that's the only way I think he can win right now. I don't think he's going to be able to outbox Devin Haney from the outside. Nice jab by Devin Haney. Comes up just a little short with the right hand. George Kambosos have to try to do something here, though. He's going to have to try to, if he's not going to jab his way in, he's going to have to try to throw a feint and feint his way in. He's going to have to do something. He just can't walk in straight up like that and expect to get something off by not without getting touched up with a jab or something coming in from Devin Haney. So he's got to get a little more creative with his offense. Oh, nice right hand there. Nice right hand by Kambosos. This round's a little closer now. Devin Haney doesn't seem to be throwing a jab as much. Oh, nice right hand by Kambosos. This may be the first round that I give to Kambosos. Oh, nice jab by Haney. Snaps Kambosos' head back. It's a close round here, but I don't know. Oh, beautiful jabs by Devin Haney. Devin Haney's really landing the jab. Oh, nice little left hook there by Devin Haney. Oh, nice right hand by Devin Haney. George Kambosos is definitely getting frustrated here. Another jab by Devin Haney. And these jabs, a nice right hand by Devin Haney. These jabs are snapping George Kambosos' head back. Oh, another nice jab by Devin Haney. Just keeps snapping George Kambosos' head back. I'm going to have to give that one to Haney as well. I mean, the jab was really effective there. Kind of close early on, but George Kambosos' face is starting to get busted up here. He's marked up around the eyes, up on the forehead. Seems to be getting a little tired. Devin Haney doesn't have a mark on his face. They're not even putting an end swell on his face. I don't think he's been hit with a good shot all night, to be honest. I have it 7 rounds to nothing right now. Okay, we're round 8. I got it 7-zip right now. George Kambosos is looking desperate. I don't know what you're watching, Boxing Expert, but George Kambosos is clinching just as much as Devin Haney is. He don't want to fight on the inside either. I don't know what you're watching. Devin Haney keeps flicking the jab in George Kambosos' face. And George Kambosos really is having a hard time getting off here because that jab is just continuously offsetting him. Now he's trying to hook a nice 1-2 there by Devin Haney. Seems to have gotten George Kambosos' attention. Nice right hand by Devin Haney. Now he's starting to land these power shots. Let's see if Devin Haney starts to put on the gas a little bit here. Nice jab by Kambosos. And Kambosos' face is starting to look the worst. Oh, nice little looping right hand there by Devin Haney. See, now Kambosos initiated that clinch. He's grabbing Devin Haney's arm. I mean, like, come on, like, it's not all Devin Haney doing the clinching here. Kambosos is trying to grab for breathers too. Devin Haney just turns him as Kambosos comes forward, throws a looping left hand over the top, and just Haney just gets around it and just steps around him. Kambosos' right eye seems to be swelling a little bit. Nice jab there again by Devin Haney. And these are really clean head. Oh, another head snapping jab by Devin Haney. Another one. He is really pumping that jab in George Kambosos' face, and he's really starting to snap that head back. These are not soft jabs. These are really head snapping jabs. Now Devin Haney's starting to step in with the right hand. George Kambosos keeps grabbing that left hand. You guys want? Some people in the chat are saying that it's Haney, the one who's grabbing. Oh, nice right hand by Devin Haney, and he just spins away from him, turns him. Beautiful move right there. Now Kambosos is getting really desperate. He's chasing Devin Haney. Devin Haney just keeps circling Kambosos, and he keeps turning him and turning him. Oh, now George Kambosos is getting frustrated. He's pounding his gloves. He's getting angry. He can't lay a glove on Devin Haney right now. Another jab. Devin Haney just keeps sticking and moving, and Devin Haney just yelled in his face. I got it 8-zip right now. We're heading into the championship rounds. And I'm curious to see how these judges have it. George Kambosos is frustrated, man. Now Devin Haney's jabbing to the head and the body. Oh, nice little half hook, half uppercut by Devin Haney. Now this is what I was talking about. Like, let's see if George Kambosos gets a little overzealous here. Nice 1-2 there by Haney. Let's see if nice right hand by Kambosos. Haney took it well. Let's see if Kambosos gets reckless and makes that one mistake and walks into a big shot. Another nice, beautiful right hand by Haney. Haney is boxing very well here. And Haney gets pushed to the canvas by Kambosos. You could tell he's really frustrated right now. Haney continues to pump that jab in Kambosos' face, and Kambosos is missing by a mile now. Looking really sloppy in there. Oh, nice 1-2 by Haney and a jab again. Nice right hand there by Kambosos, but it's a glancing blow. And Haney just continues to spin and turn George Kambosos, outmaneuvers him. Double up the jab again. Another jab by Haney. Nice right hand by Haney. Haney is putting on a boxing clinic from the outside here. He's really taking him to school from the outside here. Kambosos is really behind here. I think he needs a knockout. I agree. Meta truth. And Kambosos just continues to come forward, throwing one punch at a time. Once again, another Haney round there. I got it 9-zip for Haney. And look at Kambosos' face is busted up bad, man. He's looking beat up in the corner. He's got a bloody nose. He just can't get off here. All right, we're now in the championship rounds here. Let's see if George Kambosos can pull a rabbit out of the hat, turn this fight around. Needs a knockout on my card. I got it 9-zip. George Kambosos is just sitting there waiting. He's waiting and waiting and waiting. I don't know what he's waiting for. I don't know what he's waiting for. Devin Haney seems like he's waiting too to set a trap here. He knows George Kambosos is getting a little reckless and anxious. Maybe he's looking for a big counter shot now. Nice jab by Haney once again. And that jab continues to snap Devin Haney's head back. Excuse me, George Kambosos' head back. And Devin Haney comes in with a 1-2, but comes up short with that right hand. Another jab by Devin Haney. George Kambosos is just throwing one punch at a time here. One punch at a time. And really can't get off here. Devin Haney just continues to flash that jab in his face. Good defense by Haney. Another jab by Haney, snaps Kambosos' head back and comes right back with a trying to grab. He's grabbing Devin Haney by the arm there. Missed wildly with the right hand, and he tried to grab. See, George Kambosos is trying to grab that left hand, and he's trying to like get him in an arm lock. It seems that's how frustrated he's getting. Oh, nice right hand by Devin Haney. Nice jab again. Now Devin Haney's starting to throw that right hand. He's trying to loop it around Kambosos' gut. Nice little short left hook by Devin Haney, catching Kambosos on the way in.
You on your podcast show? Can we talk? We can't talk?
And George Kambosos is still swinging wildly. He looks very frustrated. Got 2 rounds to go, man. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't look good here for George Kambosos. His face is all busted up too, man. Bleeding from his eyes, above his eyes. Got a cut on his nose. Look at this, grabbing Devin Haney. Look at him grabbing Devin Haney's arm there. What a dirty ass move that was. All right, round 11. Here we go. Looks like Devin Haney's like kind of laying back a little bit. He's trying to set a trap here. I think he sees something. Oh, there he flashes the jab. Continues to flash that jab in his face. The jab has been the killer weapon here. Devin Haney's now moving that jab around, going down. Oh, that nice little short left hook there by Devin Haney. Continues to flash that jab in George Kambosos' face. Now they're kind of tied up here, and the referee is warning Kambosos for holding Devin Haney's left arm. Continues to grab that left arm. This is a good moment now for Devin Haney to step on the gas because George Kambosos really hasn't done much. You know, you can touch him with the jab. Maybe try to step in hard with a right hand now. Turns George Kambosos. Continues to turn him. He's frustrating him. He's really frustrated. You can see he's getting another nice, beautiful jab by Devin Haney again, snapping Kambosos' head back. Kambosos is getting real desperate. He's really loading up. Another jab by Devin Haney. Nice left hook, right hand by Devin Haney, and he steps around George Kambosos. Nice little spin move there. Nice right hand by Devin Haney. Nice little short left hook there by Devin Haney as well. Now this target practice now, guys. George Kambosos is just coming forward, and Devin Haney just keeps turning him. He keeps turning him, keeps spinning him around. Another round for Devin Haney. I haven't given Kambosos a round. I really haven't. Yeah, Haney's movement and his jab is going to be a problem for anybody. George Kambosos needs a knockout on my card to win this fight. Needs a knockout on my card to win this fight. See what he comes up with here. Let's see if he steps on the gas. See if he shows a sense of urgency because he's behind in this fight. He's got to know he's behind in this fight. I don't care where we are. He's got to know he's behind. No judge on the face of this earth can have him up right now. Devin Haney seems to be kind of laying back here a little bit, letting George Kambosos come forward. I mean, I think he feels comfortable now, timing George Kambosos on the way in. He knows that George Kambosos is probably going to go. Oh, George Kambosos wildly misses there, falls into the ropes. Now you know he's getting desperate. Very one-sided fight so far, guys, in my opinion. Devin Haney 1-2 right there. Devin Haney seems like he's just kind of killing the clock here. He knows he's out. But I don't know, man. I think you should still try to win every round here because you know where you're at. George Kambosos just keeps walking forward. And Devin Haney's just waiting, turning him. He keeps turning him and turning him and turning him. 1 minute left. Nice jab by Devin Haney. Walks Kambosos back to the ropes. And Haney's really not doing much now. He's not flashing the jab out like he did in the earlier rounds. And Kambosos is just coming forward. And seems to be pushing Haney back. This may be the first round that I give to George Kambosos. Because he's the one coming forward and throwing punches. Haney's really not doing much here. He's trying to run out the clock. Not a lot of action in this round. Kambosos is the one who's coming forward, though. He's the one who's throwing the punches, and Haney's just kind of laying back a little bit. He's trying to coast this round. George Kambosos puts his hands in the air. And Devin Haney immediately jumps up on the ropes. I'm going to give Kambosos that round. I think that Haney took it off. So I got it 11 rounds to 1. I got it 11 rounds to 1 here. Let's see how the judges have it. Yep, I said he was going to stop him, but he didn't. So what? Who did you pick? Who did you pick, Hamed? Oh, let me guess. You didn't pick anyone. I didn't. You were waiting until after the fight to make your pick, like a Monday morning quarterback. Oh God. But what did I say the pick was? Haney by decision, Straddle by Haney by knockout. So we still won. We would still win here. Okay, you said Haney on points. Now you said Haney on points. I didn't hear you say it before the fight. I got it 119 to 109 for Devin Haney. Let's see how the judges have it. I just can't see how this fight can even be remotely close. Kambosos got exposed. Well, again, I mean, he was the right place at the right time. You know, fought the worst version of George of Teofimo Lopez. Look at Bob Arum. Bob Arum said you lost one round. He mouthed it to him. He said you lost one round. There's no way. There's just no way Kambosos could win this fight. There's just no way Kambosos can win this fight. It's impossible. And if any judge scores this fight for Kambosos, I'm gonna stop watching the sport of boxing. There's just no way. I will stop watching the sport of boxing if Devin Haney does not win this fight. Yeah, Kambosos' face is all busted up. Well, let's see. It's already the bullshit has started, man. I didn't want to make it about the judges, and I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, but already it's taken a long time to add up these scorecards. I think at the very most you can give Kambosos maybe 2 rounds, maybe 2. I gave him 1. We'll see. Look at Bob Arum. We got a shout out to Bob Arum. He made the trip all the way over from the United States. There was no excessive grabbing. I mean, come on. Kambosos was grabbing too. All right, what's going on here? It's taking a long time for these scorecards to be added up. Let's go. This fight wasn't close. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. There's no way Kambosos won this fight. And if anyone says that Kambosos won this fight, then I'm done. I'm done.
Fuck.
The right man got the decision. Here we go. Winner by unanimous decision. There's no way that could be taken away from him. "23 years old, traveled all the way to Australia. He becomes the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. Tank Davis, take notes. This is how you win a title, man. You fight with discipline. Now what's going on here? This is ridiculous. I have no idea what's going on here now. Always got to be something. I mean, you lost fair and square. What the fuck you crying about? The fuck's going on now? Now that everyone wants to scream and cry now? The fuck out of here, man. Now again, there's no reason why this fight should happen again. There's no reason why this fight should happen again. There's no reason. No reason why this fight should happen again. This was a one-sided fight. It wasn't even fucking close. And if this fight happens again, it's a waste of time. This is why these rematch clauses are so fucking stupid. There's no way this guy can beat Devin Haney. There's no way. Guy's undisputed champ of the world, man. Can't take it away from him. Can't take it away from him. He's got the ring belt too. He's got all the belts. Devin Haney's the man now. Why not a rematch? Wilder got 2 chances. I don't give a fuck if Wilder got 15 chances. Right? Why not a rematch? Because he lost the fight. He lost the fight 11 rounds to 1. That's why no rematch. You reward someone for fucking having a poor performance? What the fuck do you want to see a rematch for? And at least Wilder had a puncher's chance. This guy has had 10 knockouts in fucking 22 fights. You don't have a puncher's chance. At least Wilder put fucking Fury down a few times. What's this guy gonna do? You can't hit fucking Devin Haney in the ass with a fucking handful of salt. What the fuck is this? You want a rematch for? Was that fight even exciting? That's a fight you want to watch again? You want that fight again? You don't want to see Lomachenko get a shot at Haney? You want that fight again? Jesus Christ. Guys want to keep caping for these fighters. You want to run interference for these fighters. Who cares? Who cares about Wilder, dude? Please. Stop. Joe Bradley, stop talking bad about Kambosos because this is Haney's biggest fight. It just looks bad. It seems like you're caping for a guy. I mean, you wanted Kambosos to win. I think it bothered you. I think it bothered you a little bit. Your man didn't win. Sound like you're caping for the guy right now. It's kind of a bad look. You living vicariously through fighters. Come on, man. I mean, let's be honest here. Hey, I mean, to each his own. If you want to see another 11-1, 10-2 type fucking route that's uneventful, then that's you. I'm not talking about you, boxing expert. I'm talking about searching for Afos who wants to see a rematch. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking for searching for Afos. How did two judges give Kambosos four rounds here? How did Kambosos even get 4 rounds? 118 and 110 seems to be the most accurate scorecard. How did he even get fucking 4 rounds? Fight wasn't even close. You can't give this dude more than 2 rounds in this fight. 118 and 110 is the only scorecard you can come up with. You can't come up with a different scorecard than that. The easiest road to undisputed. I mean, again, who's Kambosos going to be that lightweight? Kambosos ain't going to beat Tank. He ain't beating Ryan Gar. I mean, I don't think he's beating Tank. I don't think he's beating fucking Shakur Stevenson. Not beating any of these guys. Yeah. I gave Canelo 5 versus Bivol. Well, I mean, it's again, you score the fights how you score the fights. I don't care. Dude, why do you care about what does that have to do with this fight, bro? Why are you so mad that Kambosos lost, bro? Sound like a fanboy crying because Kambosos lost. Oh, Kambosos should stay straight and drunk them like Wilder. You sound like a bitch, bro. It's an embarrassment. You really want to see a rematch? Does anyone really want to see a rematch of this fight? Seriously. Does anyone want to see a fucking rematch of this fight? The guy won 2 rounds tops. Why the fuck do you want to see a rematch? I mean, I can't believe you're caping for a rematch right now. It's an embarrassment, man. It's one of the most one sided fights I've ever seen. What's the point of a rematch? 116 and 112. Jesus Christ. This fight wasn't even competitive, man. It was a joke. It was a fucking joke. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Make sure you check out the Ringside Reporter podcast tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself and Eric Loda will recap this fight. Peace out, everyone. Take care.